Hey everybody, this is Chris with Lift Kits for Less. Today we're going to be talking about the Zone 6-inch suspension system. Now this is for all you Ford Excursion guys, so 2000 to 2005 Ford Excursion. I want to go over what comes in this kit, some of the features of the kit, some pros and some cons, as well as a little bit of tire fitment information. Now we are going to install this on a 2000 Ford Excursion. We'll go out to the truck and show you what this looks like on the Excursion as well. This is not designed to be a step-by-step install video, but an overview video, what comes in the kit and what you can expect. So let's get into it. Now this is a Zone F3, that's as in Ford F3, again 2000 to 2005, and this is their 6-inch system, okay? First of all, it does come with 3 different shock options. Pictured here are their twin-tube nitrogen shock. These are gas charged, so as you can see they're banded. When they're unbanded, obviously they extend. This is under a gas charge. So as you push down, they will bounce back, okay? The advantage to a twin tube nitro over just say a plain hydro is that the nitrogen gas charge will lower the boiling point. And this increases performance as you cool it, keep the shock cool under pressure, under use. It'll start to heat up and boil. This reduces that boiling point so it continues to perform. This was a better performance shock. Now, a lot of misconceptions about shocks. People think that, the higher the price or the better performance, the better ride quality. That's not necessarily true. If anything, as you can see under a gas charge, it may be a little stiffer, but that's the compromise to give you better off-roading capability, and that's what the shock does. And now, it does come with standard with what's their white hydro shock, just oil-filled, super soft, very comfy shock, good for daily driving, but not good for off-roading. As that heats up, it's gonna boil pretty fast, lose its valving, and really not function very well. So the third option is the Fox shock, and we have those as well. That's the monotube and offers the best performance. Again, maybe not the best riding shock per se, not the softest shock, but definitely the best performance, okay? So keep that in mind. The boiling point on it will be even lower than the twin tube nitro or the hydro, okay? Feature of this kit obviously is these massive front new leaf springs. So this is the 6-inch leaf spring for the Excursion. This comes dipped in a polymer. You can literally see the drips on it, where this is kind of an anti-corrosion substance designed to keep it from rusting and wearing out prematurely. This is a vulcanized bushing, so you don't have to press anything in. Comes ready to go. You just put in your slide your bolts in. Also that comes in this kit, these are your front bump stop relocations. This is the hardware, extends the bump stop down, and this one comes with a new front track bar with polyurethane bushings. Nice thing about poly is extremely durable. As everybody knows, solid axle vehicles, whether it's a JK, Super Duty, Excursion, you can get frontline death wobbles. So with a good poly bushing, it really firms up the front end and reduces that risk. Now we do offer steering stabilizers for the Zone kit for any Excursion. We have a dual, we have a single, Bilstein, Fox, and standard hydros as well. That's available on our website. What else? Comes with new front U-bolts with the high nut and the washer, so that'll be brand new. We'll go to the rear of the vehicle. That wraps up the front. Rear comes with a combination of block, 3-inch cast iron, and it is tapered to correct the pinion angle for your rear drive shaft, and new add-a-leaves for the rear. Real quick on the front, I confirmed the sticker goes to the front, so this will be the front of the vehicle, and this one will go to the front as well. Left or right, doesn't matter. As long as those are to the front, you're good to go. In the rear, new center pins for the add-a-leaves. If you notice, there's a center here. You have a longer and a shorter. The longer actually goes to the back of the vehicle, and they keep it consistent that the sticker goes towards the front of the vehicle. So when you install those, that'll be the correct configuration. Rear U-bolts as well. And of course, another nitro shocks for the rear, and the bushings come with it. So that's everything you see that comes in this kit. If you're missing anything, let us know. A lot of guys will tear into their truck and they're missing something. It's very frustrating. So go through your kit before you try to install this, whether you do it yourself or you hire a professional. Go through your kit, know what you have before you start this process. Something missing, we'll get it out to you. It's not a problem. We are, like I said, we're going to step out to the vehicle now and put, get this installed. Hey, real quick, guys, I know there's a lot of lift kits on the market, a lot of options. Feel free to call us or live chat with us on our website. Upper left-hand corner should be a little eye. You can click on that. It'll take you right to the product page, directions, install photos, before and after photos, this video. We're always adding new content, so please subscribe to us and hit the like button. Hey, great. We just finished installing our Zone 6-inch suspension system. Again, this is a 2005 Excursion. This one had about 250,000 miles, so it obviously wasn't no trailer queen. It was used and used well. Pretty lucky out here in the desert where it's not covered in rust, so this is a really nice Excursion. Anyway, just to touch a few points here. Since it did have so many miles, this is a good time, guys, to go down to your local parts store and start replacing any parts that are worn out. So you got, I think it's 2 outer tie rods and an inner tie rod. So we went ahead and replaced all these parts. They were completely trashed, so that we were in here. Also, the bleeder hose here was completely just, you know, brittle, and so we just threw another one on for the guy. But all right, so probably the hardest part of this, two hardest parts of this whole job is just, you know, getting the parts out of the way. So nice thing about a solid axle is everything's accessible. It's easy to access. Probably the easiest suspension kits you'll do is on these Excursions and Super Duties. Just easy to access everything. It's really mostly muscle. It's not rocket science. You're just literally unbolting, dropping things down and bolting it back into place. So in terms of you know, ease of installation, this is about as easy as get. Believe it or not, your half tons, your F-150s, your Chevy 1500s, those are just a lot more work. So these big boys are the easier ones to do suspension lift kits on. Okay, here's your new front leaf spring, obviously. New U-bolts, new high nuts. I was wrong earlier. I think I had this backwards. So on the shocks, the eye to eye go to the front, and then the rear half with that bar pin goes to the rear. And we'll jump back there. Here's that new track bar. Uses the OE track bar drop bracket and the OE mount here. Now this one had been hit, so it was a little bent, so we had to work it in there, but we got it in. It's rock solid. When you do take out your front eyelet bolts, you do have to remove the 2 little brackets here just to get access. Once you have access, it's easy. Obviously, you can see everything. We'll jump over here. This is your sway bar drop. I'm sorry, the bump stop drop. The bump stops are pretty worn. Should replace those, but we'll let him worry about that down the road. That's that. The rear sway bar. This mount right here actually sits on the frame rail on the inside. You're going to take that off and drop it to the bottom. So instead of requiring you to buy longer ones or trying to source longer ones, it's nice to use your OE. If you ever blow one of these out, it's real simple. Run to your Ford dealership or local auto parts store and put in a new sway bar instead of being stuck with an aftermarket one that's maybe sometimes hard to find if you're in the middle of nowhere. I like this design. Again, takes the factory mount from the inside and remounts it to the bottom. So that's how that works. Cool, we'll jump to the rear end here. All right. The rear end, this is clearly the hardest part of this job is these add-a-leafs, because if you've never done add-a-leafs, prepare to have your knuckles busted. It's just part of going hand in hand. Now, remember the longer section goes to the rear. You're going to want to go in descending order of lengths. So as you can see here, this one actually went between 1, 2, 3, the third and the fourth, and that's in, okay? This is your bump stop. As you can see, you put the aftermarket one on the bottom and the bump stop on top. That allows the bump stop to engage the lower bump stop, and so you don't overcompress your leaf spring. It's pretty good design there. And then of course, here's what I was talking about earlier. The bar pin is up there, and it comes pre-pressed in. You don't have to pull anything out. You just simply bolt it in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and drop this on the ground and take it for a test drive, see how she looks.